Hello everybody, this is Yoko's Anime Reactions, and this is going to be my review for Ouran High School Host Club episode 18. The reason that this is not a multi-episode video is due to the fact that I already had a bunch of episodes edited and everything before I decided that, so I'm not going to go back and re-edit them. That's just silly. So, I'm just gonna do this until I get to the point where I have the episodes, edited multiply. And have multiple episodes in a video. Sorry. I did finish recording for Shimonetta today. Thankfully. I wasn't as vocal in episodes 11 and 12, though, because my mom and my nephew were in the other room, and I didn't want to be too loud because then my mom would come wondering, what the heck am I yelling about? So, yeah. And apparently, from what I've been hearing, Shimoneta's not getting a season 2. Because apparently the Japanese voice actors for Anna passed away. I guess it's enough for them to put the kibosh on season 2. So, that being said, Ouran High School Host Club episode 18. This is the Honey episode where we get to meet his little brother. And, they provide a plausible theory as to why Honey is like the way he is. And I'm like, it makes sense. In a way. Anyway, Haruhi gets to meet, Honey's little brother, Chisaki, or Chika-chan, as Honey likes to call him. And apparently their family has a rule, wherever two members meet, they have to fight. Obviously, Honey comes out on top. And his brother is very different from Honey. He's not a fan of sweets. He doesn't like cutie things. He actually, acts his age, essentially. So essentially the polar opposite of what Honey is. Though he still is good at martial arts, he's not as good as his big brother. And apparently, he's not too happy that Honey is going to be the new head of the family, despite the way he acts. Because apparently he doesn't act like he's supposed to. I mean, you can't change how Honey is. If Honey is like that, and he's happy with that personality, then nobody can change that for him. You can't make him be who he's not, essentially. And if his father thinks that he will be ready to run the family someday, that's his decision. He is the head of the family. He gets to decide who gets to be what, essentially. And if you can't change his mind, you can't change his mind. That's all I'm just gonna say. Anyway, we find out the whole backstory between Honey and Mori about Chika-chan, and Tamaki gets the idea to try and formulate a plan to try and help them, be happy brothers. And I'm like, if they ain't gonna get along, they ain't gonna get along, and no amount of planning is gonna change that. But yeah, they come up with a plan, essentially. Sorry. No, they don't come up with a plan, do they? No, they don't come up with a plan. They just spy on him after we find out how Tamaki had convinced Honey to join the host club and act, the way he likes to, essentially. Because before, he was trying to act like his brother, essentially. The complete opposite of what he is. And yeah, like I said, if you can't change a person for who they are. I'm trying to say it right. You can't make a person change who they are, if that is who they are. You could try, but it's going to either make them resent you, or it's not going to work, or it's just not going to be natural, essentially. Because Honey tried to give up sweet things, he tried to give up cutesy things, he tried to act more manly, despite his size. But he caved, and he's now the way he's supposed to be, and this is what I'm eating. I found them in the cabinet, and I'm just munching on a little. Anyway, we find out that after they were spying on Chika-chan for a bit, that he has a bit of an inferiority complex, being compared to his older brother so much, because his older brother is stronger, his older brother's a better fighter, he's more popular with the ladies. You know, it's kind of annoying. And Hikaru and Karu aren't really happy about finding this because they thought there was going to be something more interesting as to, you know, the backstory as to why he's like this. And Chika-chan shows up and tells him that he ended up calling his brother an alien, and he explains the reason why. He thinks his brother is an alien. I mean, he literally thinks his brother is an alien. And the reason for this is, well, apparently Honey has special cake night, once a week or once a month or something? I think it was once a week. Where he eats all the cake he wants, and he never gets fat. Now, there could be two reasons for this. One, he's got a high metabolism, and he can eat all he wants and never get fat. Lucky duck, if that's the case. Or, all the martial arts training he goes through helps burn all the calories from the cake. Actually, it could be a combination of the two. And like I said, lucky duck. I'd love to have a high metabolism where I could eat anything I want and not be fat. That'd be great. But yeah, he kind of goes on a bit of a rant saying, how could someone eat that much cake and not get weight or end up with diabetes, for example? Because all that cake, you would think that he would have had diabetes by now from all the sweets he eats. And he claims that Honey receives transmissions from the mothership through the bunny he holds. And I'm like, you kind of make sense, but I don't think he's an alien. I think he just has a very high metabolism, and all the training he does kind of evens it out to where it doesn't really matter how much he eats. I just don't get how he eats that much cake without getting a stomachache, for example. I mean, he had probably maybe 10 cakes on that cake that when the flashback he showed. And if I was to eat one cake, no, not even half a cake, that big, I don't even think half of the cake that big, one of those, I would get a stomachache. And yeah, I'm a bit big. So how could, it's just anime logic, I guess. But yeah, Honey offers to fight Chika-chan one last time, and if Chika-chan was to win, he would stop having special cake night. If Honey was to win, he gets to eat all he wants, and Chika-chan can't complain. And Morty thinks during this fight that Honey is going to throw the match for him. No! You would think a little too highly of Honey Senpai, Morty. When it comes to cake, nothing gets in his way. Not even his brother, because he, kicks his butt. Oh my god. Yeah, cake is, what Honey likes the most. I think even more so than Usa-chan at this point. But yeah, this is definitely I like this show. I wish it would get a reboot like Fruits Basket did. So that way they would explore the manga even more, because there's so much in the manga that wasn't put in the anime. That it would be an actual, part of it would actually be blind for me, because I have not read the manga. Anyway, if you're here for the reaction, obviously, you could have clicked on the reaction link anytime you want, obviously. But if you've gotten this far in the video, comment whether you think that Honey is an alien or not. And that way I'll know you've gotten this far. Anyway, I will see everybody next time.